If you take 1 minute, please.
Yes, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. You know, we are very passionate when it comes to the issue of human-wildlife conflict because we have been affected ourselves. We have lived with this wildlife, Honorable Speaker. We have donated our land so that we can have these wild animals, Honorable Speaker, that attract so many tourists that start by bringing dollars all the way from the airport, Nairobi, and all the cities, Honorable Speaker. But it seems that the government have not been taking care of us. Hearing from the statement from the chairman, Karek MP, Honorable Speaker, I sympathize with him because probably this is just a copy-paste kind of response that he was given, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, personally, I have somebody by the name Walandaya. I think Honorable from Chapalungu is lucky that he only encountered one leopard. Somebody by the name Walandaya lost 68 sheep and goats out of the 71 that he has. There are only 3 remaining. One is limping, and the other one have a small disease called sham-sham. Honorable Speaker, we also have, Honorable Speaker, another fellow who lost the entire cows, Honorable Speaker. And Honorable Speaker, there is also another one who lost the whole farm, Honorable Speaker. He had actually maize, 3 acres, Honorable Speaker, and around 10 elephants.
Without really having any disrespect to my colleague, Honorable Ole Sankok, you know he did a Bachelor of Science Nursing in University of Nairobi. He's a medical graduate. So when he talks of sham-sham disease, and he has a medical background, I think that should not go into the Hansard. He needs to tell us what is sham-sham. What is this disease called sham-sham?
Honorable Speaker, I didn't do veterinary medicine. So forgive me, Honorable Speaker, because I only know that disease in our own mother tongue. It is called sham-sham. So now we'll ask if there is any veterinary doctor to translate.
Now, how is the chairman going to understand about that if it is only known in the language? Sham-sham.
It's not sham-sham, it is sham-sham. So, Honorable Speaker, so we are affected, Honorable Speaker, and we are very passionate. Sometimes when you hear some of us even speaking in Kimasai, it is sometimes because of how much we have been affected by these wild animals. So I think it is this House to make sure that there is budget, Honorable Speaker, because when animals are affected, when animals are in distress, I don't know where KWS officers appear from, but they just come immediately. But when human beings are crying, Honorable Speaker, they don't come. When they come and find mothers getting firewood from game reserve, Honorable Speaker, they are beaten, Honorable Speaker, as what Honorable Dr. Pukos have said. They are harassed, Honorable Speaker. But when animals are in our farms, so we are harassed when we are in the game reserve, but when the animals who are supposed to be in the game reserve come to our homes and eat our livestock, Honorable Speaker, we are not also saved from them, Honorable Speaker. So I think what Honorable Koskei have raised is very important. And the chairman, please, even if it means that you have to go and Google Masai, even if you have to go down to Masai and Narok and know what is sham-sham, you have to know all these diseases, you have to know all these problems that we are facing so that you can assist us. Because you have donated land, Honorable Speaker, for those animals.
Very well.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Very well. Even as I allow the chairman to respond, you know, we are still not in business. You know, ordinarily, but let me also say this. When the idea of statements was first broached after the promulgation of the new constitution, it was because it was known that there would be no ministers in the House. The assumption was that when a request is made for a statement, and somebody from the executive pens down some statement under their hand, it would be something that is truthful, factual, and a document that you can stand before anybody, any institution, and defend. That was the assumption. And that's what those are the traditions. Indeed, I'm not too sure whether the Honorable T.J. Kajwang was with us when we were trying to make some reviews, when we visited France, when there that a minister comes and reads their statement, and there are no questions, and you table it because you can vouch for what is contained in it. But now some of these, the statements that are being read here, and you can't blame the chairman, the chairman or chairpersons of the committees. You just wonder what kind of people work in the executive. Because listening to that statement, you wonder really, does this person think that this statement is being given to kindergarten, in nursery school, or is it to adults who represent voters? Because you can never make sense out of some of them. But see, the unfortunate bit is that since we don't have the executive here, it's the chairperson who takes the flak. Yet you know very well, even as the Honorable Sankok says that the chairman must go now and learn some Kimasai about diseases, Samsung, I don't know. Yes, Samsung. I thought that was a mobile phone company. Samsung. Something similar to that. But now, surely, even if the chairman is going to learn those things, but he's not the one who can authenticate that statement. The assumption was that, indeed, it is supposed to be a hallowed statement. The person who has even signed for it can stand before even a court of law and defend the content. But listening to some of them here, you start wondering, really, are you taking the House for what it is? So, again, Honorable TJ, since you are still in the Rules Committee, Procedure House Rules Committee, I think you can see this thing about these things not helping the House, because members' expectations of in the request are not being met on a daily basis.